All right, so we're gonna get in this topic, man. So let's start off first. Black Men and Cigars. Y'all already know what time it is. It's Demecos here, Coach Demecos. You got Mark Todd on the other side, Mark Anthony. You know what I'm saying? And we ain't got no theme music yet. But if you want to submit some theme music for us to play on the front end, we got you. So just shoot us an email, cigars, blackmen and cigars at gmail.com. That's with an S at the end of cigars. So we want to start off by we need to start, Black Men and Cigars, we need to start reviewing cigars along with the podcast. So Mark don't really smoke as much. I do. Mark really be cap. Mark really ain't no smoker, to be
I
honest.
got about 4,
He
5
say he
of them
smoked
in there.
one a month. I said this dude ain't no smoker. What are you doing?
I smoke. You smoke leisurely. I smoke casually. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how motherfuckers be like they social drinkers? I'm a social smoker, so I love going to the cigar lounges, but with everything that's been going on, you know what I'm saying, I've been pressed back on that. And
Cause your ass contaminated.
I got the vid, bro.
Oh, shit.
I got the
Hold on,
vid, bro.
Hold on, before we hop in it, what does it feel like to have a vid, man?
Man, I'm gonna be real.
As a black man.
I'm gonna be real with you, dog. Man, I caught that thing the first time, man. I thought I was gonna die, big fella. Nah, I had the mild versions of it. I think the first day, I for 3 days I had a fever, and it was a high level of fatigue, that level of soreness, like you just get from the gym, you work out a little bit. It was like a full body workout type sore. Nose been stuffed. And then what was it? And then coughing. The dry cough. It always felt like you had to clear your throat. So that was the first 3 days. Then after them symptoms went away, I lost my sense of smell. I just started smelling stuff faintly. So and I realized like you know, I ain't realized till I woke up. My lady was like, she was like, you don't smell that? And I was like, nah, like I done barbecued. I done, you know what I'm saying? My son in here making a mess.
He did everything to try to ignite them senses.
I'm walking past the bathroom that they done messed up. the guest bathroom too. I ain't smelling nothing. And so now I just walk around smelling everything. Like I got this
like you in a new human body.
Right. I was a cyborg. I can smell faintly now. It got to be real close up on me. My wife bought some candles, so I could smell those a little bit, but it's supposed to take a week or 2 to come back. Now I'm gonna get tested again this week because I don't have the symptoms, but I do have this lingering thing, which is I can't smell that much. So
what they say that your sense of smell is gonna always be gone.
I'm actually
Kill yourself. Fuck you,
I might. No. I got the best sense not to have. You know what I'm saying? If I couldn't touch nothing or taste nothing, first of all, I'd be skinny as hell because it don't matter what I eat at that point.
They just eat broccoli all day.
Right. They like, it tastes like chicken. But I got the best sense to lose. Now, my wife, when she was she got symptoms for a little bit, same symptoms really, but she lost like her sense of taste and smell started being very faint, but she regained those quicker. She regained those quicker than I did. So you know, my body said you ain't dying yet, big fella. But I still don't take it lightly because I went through it mildly. You know what I'm saying? For other people, like I ain't seen my grandma in 8-9 months. So you know what I'm saying? That's a and I wanted to go to St. Louis to visit my family, but I couldn't see my great grandma, my great grandma, my grandma's side. I ain't gonna put them at jeopardy. I still got my mask. I wear my mask everywhere. But and that's one thing. People really feel like having a mask will help. I ain't gonna deny that. But people think that all you got to do is have a mask on. No, you still need to maintain your space. You still need to
wash your hands, motherfucker.
Right. You need to be respectful to everybody else. So people that don't want to wear a mask, you're a goddamn fool. And it ain't just a you thing. You got to be respectful. Shit.
Man, some people, they think that, you know, you got these people who are anti-mask. Like, they think that if you wear the mask, then, you know, you buying into the system and buying into the conspiracy and everything. It's like, bro, what is it to put on a mask? It's like putting on a hat.
Hey, shout out to you for wearing that hat. I definitely have one in the room. Now, I can't wear it on cam because niggas going to be like, we sharing hats.
Well,
I got a
need
green
a
one and I
haircut,
got a blue one.
I need a haircut, so that's why I'm kind of wearing this hat.
I
And
just
I
hit
figured it'd be like a signature, my kind of signature hat anyway. So
No,
you can wear it. I can wear it. It's cool.
Yeah, but we don't want to wear it together because we're going to look like we matching. And then we can't wear it separately because they're going to think we sharing hats.
Hey, man, who cares what they think? You got COVID, goddamn.
Oh,
Nothing matters.
I done survived COVID. You think
I'm concerned about us people judging us for wearing the same hat, but not him having COVID.
I done survived COVID. You think I can't survive some comments about a nigga sharing clothes?
This motherfucker got the next thing worse than AIDS.
Damn, you jumped there quick. What you drinking on?
Some Ciroc watermelon and some cranberry juice.
You a thought.
That is a drink, ain't it?
I can't lie.
I'm newly single. I want somebody to holler at me drink.
I can't lie.
That joint on point, ain't it?
Man, I went to 5-6 different ones. We had a little chill night yesterday, and you make it was like a little slushy drink I made. You mix it with lemonade. We cut up some fresh peaches, then we put that peach crown in there. Man, that thing was delicious. We was lit, chilling out, old asses at home, we had a long ass conversation. But shout out to you. You just said that you newly single. How you feel?
Oh man, talk to me in 2 weeks, man. I'm still kind of fucked up about it, man. You know, it's hard, bro. Like, a lot of women think that, especially if the man breaks up or he gone or whatever, they think that, oh, you know, he gonna just go fuck a lot of hoes and get over her and shit and party with his homeboy. It's like, nah. You know, men get feelings too. You know what I'm saying? I know we're gonna talk about this in much more depth in a different episode, but you know, it's just it hurts, bro. I'm not even gonna lie, it hurts, man. It hurts.
I know you hurt, nigga. You've been deep in on social media, nigga. They trying to figure out what's going on.
You go through so many different emotions, man, because it's like you miss the times, you cherish the small moments, the routines, and then you also it's like you go back between the fantasy aspect and the nightmares, because then you go over the arguments and the petty things that was done and the mistreatment and the disrespect and etc. You know, and it's like those concepts between those two, heaven and hell, man. And you feel like, it's like, damn, I was this close, but it's like, damn, I was also this far from, you know, being a happy man, a happy husband, you know what I'm saying? And so, you know, because I almost married her, so it's like, damn, man, I would have been miserable as hell as a husband, bro. And you know, I would have called it quits eventually. I believe in divorce just as much as I do in marriage, but you know, it sucks, bro. It really sucks. I don't hate women. I have no disdain towards women or black women, nothing like that. So that's good. But it makes me, man, I do feel like a strong piece of me is just, you know, a cancerous piece of me is missing, but it's still missing. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like I'm starting to get back to my older self. You know, my normal self, and further away from that weakling, you know, that man that I was just a couple weeks ago. That was just so. It was just not me, man. It's just so uncomfortable, you know. So, and it wasn't healthy. So, it messed with my self-esteem and everything. So, I mean, even now, you know, my self-esteem ain't the best, but you know, I'm getting there with time. I'm pretty sure I'll be straight eventually. You know what I'm saying? So, I ain't tripping, you know.
All right,
but it's
bro.
hard.
That's taking us directly into the topic, which today we talking about. What we talking about? What it took for you to leave?
Yeah, what it took for me to leave. It took for me to leave, or what it takes for a black man to leave a relationship. Are we talking about just relationships or whatever?
We talking about relationships,
Okay,
because
I said that, yeah. Because we can have
people don't hear the side of, they make it seem like everybody leave because of cheating, and everybody leave because this horrible thing, and it's easy for men to just get out there and bounce back. I'm gonna let you lead it, because this is real close to you, and I'm gonna just chime in every now and then with
it is me. Fuck you.
all right, so let's talk about when you knew it was time to leave, and then you starting to think about it, and what was your mindset going through to, man, I got to get the fuck out of here.
Well, I do want to say before I start, getting into this, that I'm glad nobody knows what she look like or who she is outside of y'all,
Hey,
my personal friend. You know what I'm saying? I kept that identity secret like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Look, the whole time, I ain't gonna lie. To me, it's like everybody want to hide who they are, a lot of people want to hide who they with, or just had that level of comfort. Y'all was waiting until marriage. I don't necessarily agree with it. But I'm different, because I'm like, all right, nigga, I'm not as social media, I ain't as public and active as you are. So you want to share your whole life, but this was something you tried to compartmentalize a little bit and just give niggas hints and stuff like that. Y'all love millennial niggas. I'm more like, we posted us when we was in a relationship, but we also took time to get in a relationship. Yours wasn't really like that. Yours is like, do you like me, nigga? Check the box.
It be like that sometimes, man. But so when can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. So the thing that happened. So the hardest part in leaving is like all the disappointment. The disappointment of, externally, your friends, your family, with because they want to see you happy and they thought it was gonna go a certain way. Your followers, they thought it was gonna go a certain way. This woman in a relationship you've been praising, you got your doubters and haters who can't wait for you to slip up. And so it's just all at a disappointment. You got to go back and face the public. It's like, damn.
But some of them, they support you, but hate your relationship, because I heard your DMs was blowing up after the announcement, nigga.
We gonna get to that. But yeah, it's like but as a fear coach, I've done a lot of internal work, so I was cool with facing my fear of the embarrassment, of the inadequacy, because I knew that at the end of the day, yeah, this gonna suck. This is a process that sucks. It's gonna be a lot of criticism, open criticism at that. But if I love me, I got to do what's best for me. You know what I'm saying? Long term, especially. So it was that, and then the internal part is like you letting you disappoint the person in the relationship, because you care about the girl. Everything all the stories and all the feelings and all the emotions you share with her were real. It came from a real sincere place. All the plans and the future aspirations were real. And it's like all that shit is dwindling now. It's gone. It's becoming a fade, and it makes you think like, damn, she gonna think all that was fake, or all that was just talk and all that. It's like, nah, that shit was really real. I was really there in the moment. Like, I really meant that shit. I really had intentions. So it's those two things, that's the hardest. It's just the disappointment, and it's like, I'm getting older now. I know I sound like a woman, but it's like I'm getting older now.
Niggas try to use the old card.
Nigga becoming damaged goods. Right.
I can only take so much now.
With our kids and shit. But it's like, it's just, it was hard, man. It was really hard emotionally just to take on, more so than physically. The physical aspect, and I think this is too, when you're a man and you ain't financially stable, it's hard for you to leave anything that's stable. But me being that I was financially stable, that wasn't the hard part, is getting the logistics together to leave. Again, it was just the emotions. And like I said, and I advise a lot of men, Black guys who going through this, is that when it's time for you to leave, plan your leave. And as soon as you announce your leave, you got to be ready to leave within 24 to 48 hours. And I suggest really at that moment, because, like me, I was like I told you I was gonna leave at night. First I had a great support system. I'm gonna talk about that in a minute too. But um, I was gonna leave at night, but then as I was thinking about it and sitting on it because I couldn't sleep anyway, I had a lot of anxiety about it. I was like, damn, anything can happen at night, because a female friend hit me and was like, you think she gonna let you leave that easily after everything that I found out about it? She found out about the relationship, and I was like, you know what? Damn, you're right. My female friend found out about the relationship. I was like, yeah, you got a point there. She might not let me leave so easy, knowing how all the shit that was going on. So, I was like, you know what? She might try to because she can get petty. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, she might try to frame me or say something because ain't no cameras in the house. You know what I'm saying? And all the cameras is in the apartment complex. They just see me going in the house. They won't see what happened inside.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm just saying. You
but
never.
that's a real ass fear, bro. When you talking about
Yeah, that's
somebody
real.
who you know your partner until trauma hit, until drama hit, until you rile up their emotions so much.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a lot of shit that go. Listen, man, you think you know somebody until they heartbroken. And people would do whatever the fuck they can. We always hear narratives about how hostile black men get if you bruise their ego, if you hurt their feelings. But we don't really hear as much the shit that on the other side, where it's like, damn, the people that we love and we choose to love ourselves after a while and say, I can't do this no more. We don't really acknowledge there's a fear there. But we gotta carry our fear for the situation a different way. We can't, it ain't like we gotta lead. We gotta plan to act with a certain amount of integrity. So I gotta sit here and hold the conversation in a way where I can still leave. There are people that'll block the door. There are people that'll give accusations. There are people that'll slander your name, especially with you being more of a social and public figure. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly. So call the police and say anything, or stab you. Because I've seen her get angry before, and it's like I know she can get to the point where she'll black out, and then the next day not even remember anything she said, or did whatever.
You better than me. I see that once, nigga.
Yeah, there's so many mistakes, and that's the thing too. A lot of black men do. It's like just because you can handle so much more doesn't mean you deserve to handle, any of that at all.
One day we gonna dive into it where you really talk about, and without slandering nobody, but you talk about your perspective walking that path of being that strong dude, because you always you 6'3". You know what I'm saying? I'm just shy of
6'4". You better give me my inch. You better stop putting smut on my inch, man.
I'm just shy of 6 foot, so I'm 5'8". You know what I'm saying? But people think that because you got a certain stature, that your physical stature is the same as your emotional stature, especially because you're a smart, intellectual, like articulate person that can tell people how you feel. So when they see that, they say, "Oh man, this nigga got it. He can handle these feelings."
Right.
So they overload
abuse. What are you talking about?
They overload you and make it seem like it's your fault when you can't. Yeah. When you having an off day. But go ahead.
Again, I said disappointment factor.
Go ahead, King.
I'm gonna let you talk. We gonna go in the break though, King. But yeah, man, and it's like you gotta have a great support system. You are definitely a part of that great support system. One the main culprit of that. And, a few other friends with great support system. Y'all just helped me really, just gave me encouragement, support on this decision. Excuse me. Because it wasn't easy, having to move across state lines, you know what I'm saying? And
dude,
hold
on. Before you even say that, you moved, what's that, 4 states to be with her, to show her that you was trying to be committed, not even just about a relationship, that you was trying to work towards marriage. So you as the man uprooted and said, let me go ahead, because you work in IT and you know it's more flexible, but at the same time, you uprooted what you had going on just to be with her, and then what it takes for you to mentally say, fuck, within the same year, I got to move back again or move again because what I tried to invest all my time and emotional energy into and financially, because that's
And
a
it's
hard.
and it's wishy. And you know, I know, like I told you, bro. And it's like I haven't cried this whole time. It's a few times I felt like crying. I really did. I've held back tears, and it's not because I think crying is weak and everything. It's just it's still a part. It is a part of me still from my childhood. You know, just how we grew up in the era about that crying is for men is weak. So it's not like I try not to cry. Just that still that old part of me holds back from like, all right, pause yourself, slow down, so you don't just outpour. But yeah, like that's the thing is like that's why I'm never going back. Like at first I was like, I'm gonna keep the door open for this and see
I was
how,
nigga.
I was like,
hoping, nigga, that you didn't do
I
that
was,
shit.
one of my mentors is like, y'all gonna be back together in 90 days till I showed him what I showed him. But it was like, I was like, I'm gonna keep, when she go to therapy and do some work and stuff on herself and whatever and change, then I'll consider we can have talks again and consider. But when she sent me that text that night, I had just got off. I made this decision. I told her the week before that I was gonna leave. She thought it was bullshit, but that decision I made that morning to leave that night, I hadn't slept that night. I had just got off work, and
What
I
time?
was
What time you work?
from 12:45 in the morning to 9:15 in the morning,
Damn.
and then I had to go run to her job because she left her food. So I ran to her job to drop her food off, and and so I get back to the house. I'm like, I'm trying to sleep. It's around 12. I'm like, man, I just can't sleep. So then I get the idea that let me just start packing my shit up and leave this afternoon. So, I go to the storage, I fill the car up and everything, come back to the house, pack all my shit up, clean everything up that was mine, and I'm out the house by like 4:30. Excuse me, 4 o'clock, 4:30, and so
And you still got to work at midnight.
bro, still gotta work at midnight, bro. So now I'm racing the clock because wherever I go, my next destination, it gotta be somewhere stable so I can work. You know what I'm saying? With some Wi-Fi.
Little bitty ass cigar.
I know, right? This joint's
Oh!
good. It's the seller cigar.
I know we're gonna do a review, but I gotta once I get my negative test, I got a cigar. I got a cigar and souvenir from you from my trip,
Oh,
my
Mexico.
COVID trip.
Mexico. Okay, cool. So I was like, so I drove 6 hours to my destination. Shout out my mentor. Let me crash over his crib. Um, I could have got a hotel, but it's just, I'm just the type that I like to just ride it all the way out as far as I can. So, he let me crash. I'm like, oh, sure, I can just stay at his spot. So, he let me stay there. That's 6 hours drive. I went straight into work. So now it's like getting around 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm working, and she sent me a text. I hope she was worth it. I'm like, well, her. So I show her the text with me and my mentor of him saying it's cool for me to come stay with him for the night. You know what I'm saying? As I'm leaving, and I show him it has even a map on there. And she was just like, I don't trust you. So after that, at that point, I was just like, damn, if a person really, because I know if the shoe was on the other foot, I always care about that person's safety before I care about my own selfish
That's
desires.
that's rare as shit. So what you saying is you said you because I'm gonna fill in a little bit.
Yeah.
You pack up all your shit. Is you get off work at 9 a.m. It's 12. You can't go to sleep because your mind racing. So you say I'm gonna pack up all my shit. I'm gonna go holler at her before I leave. It's 4 o'clock. By the time you pack up all your shit, it's 4 o'clock because you clean up the place, and then you like, hey, let me talk now. So when you had that conversation, you say I'm gonna go talk to her, give her the key, and then I'm gonna head out. But because she was already there before you got there, so it wasn't like you left her high in the situation y'all agreed
Right.
in. She was already in this situation. I just want
to. I mean, I was helping, but she could maintain it on her own easily. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So we talking about you trying to do everything to prioritize her. You walking the dog, cleaning the spot.
I walked the dog. I made sure the dog was in the cage. He had water. he had a snack, and that he was not gonna be barking and stuff. Because again, I don't want no. I want
Just
to make
making sure we
sure.
paint the whole picture. So you go talk to her, and then between where you were and where you at now is about 8.5 hour drive. So you try to, because you got a late start, you had to cut it short, stay with your mentor,
Exactly.
and still had to work that night with no sleep. And she thinking this nigga going to stay with a bitch. This nigga got a bitch lined up. Not because you told her a week before, hey man, before we go to the week before, you telling her constantly, this is the issues that I have. This is like I'm really wanting.
It's the same issue I had since at the end of the first month.
So you saying, hold on, I just watched I'm shameful because I just watched the Tekashi interview. Hold on.
I did too. Go ahead.
Hold on. So wait, boom. So like you telling her this is the issues that I have. So I'm trying to do everything on my part to everything you say you want, I'm trying. Your family, I'm trying. Yo, supporting you, I'm trying. Cause nigga, you know what part I was ready to push the eject button on. When I found out
I already know
what she said, nigga. But you trying to support her, you trying to do all of this, and you tell her.
Trying, nigga, I am supporting her. What you talking about?
So you saying, listen, this burden is getting so big on my shoulders that I can't deal with this. So next week I'm leaving. And then she was like, all right, nigga, whatever. In short,
disrespect and the burden.
Nigga,
I could have dealt with it. All right, go ahead.
Out of respect for you, I'm gonna let you lead that convo. But
we're gonna get in there next time. It's still
to
fresh.
Sum it up, you trying to you halfway to your destination, but you gotta work. So you work your 9 hours, and while you working, she thinking you up at a bitch house.
Exactly, and the thing is, she ain't never known for me.
She didn't think that your trauma was real. She thought that you was already
plotting for
another chick.
Not at all, bro. And you know what's crazy? I even text her when I was heading out, and she texted me, and I texted her, I was like, look, I ain't gonna slander you, I ain't gonna disrespect you or nothing like that. You ain't gotta worry about that, blah, 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 blah. I just blocked her on social media as a precaution because I know how she can cut it. She can get, like I said, she can get petty. You know what I'm saying? But her identity will never be revealed, none of that. But yeah, you seen it. So it's just like, bro, when she hit me with that text, it hurts so deeply, bro, because I've never, ever given this woman an inkling that I've been, fucking around with other women, that I've been a cheater, that I've been, a man whore, a galleon, as they say in patois, in Jamaican. I've never been that type of dude. Yeah, I'm not when I'm committed to a woman. She know that.
These niggas using patois references.
I'm just saying, and she know that, so when she hit me with that, I was so baffled by it, so stumped, because I'm like, that's the shit that you caught up on? Like, that's not even my stilo to run to another woman. That's not in my DNA. I'm not like that. I don't
you're a highly emotional person. So you gonna have to, you're not one of them people that's gonna teleport from up here to down here and be with a chick. You're gonna gradually fall.
Yeah.
But that speaks more to, that really kind of speak towards y'all dynamic, because you prioritized her.
Here's the thing.
Even while you was hurting.
Even when I get mad, when we used to fight a lot, and the fight be bad. And even you already know, you seen the apologies. Even when she pissed off, and I'm pissed off, I'm the one that should be more pissed off. She shouldn't be pissed off at all. Even in my madness, I still make sure she's okay. If I go out somewhere, I ask her if she want anything. I do anything. I rub her feet. I do all the restitution. I do all the making up. Even in my own anger and hurt and turmoil, I fight through to make sure that she feels that she's safe, that she's fed, that she feels secure. Then
you better than me, nigga. If I think it's probably one time.
Well, I've taken a lot of relationship and marital classes and training and watched.
Listen, that's wonderful, right? Like Coach Mikos and a nigga who got a degree in psychology.
Don't become a coach, nigga.
Listen, one of the parts, I love talking about relationships because I got my bachelor's degree in psychology, wanting to be a marriage and family counselor. So I studied it. Nigga, that was my passion, and I never pursued it, mostly because of the financial aspect. But
I made no money. But go ahead.
Right. But when it comes to it, we both really invest in this. And so you was trying to really practice what you preach. I would have lost it. Nigga, I would have, for somebody who you invest in and all you say is, I don't want you to be better than me in this regard. Just take me into consideration sometime.
That's it, bro.
And for somebody to not do that,
that shit hurts, bro.
Even in the end, because it wasn't like she broke up with you. You was like, I can't do this no more. That person you thought that you had emotionally, you can't put a house on my back and say, carry this. You told her along the way.
This, and when you carry some of it, still treat you like a motherfucking, like you're supposed to do this shit as a slave.
My bad, that was my seed.
You go.
I be looking at my son, I be like, nigga, do you know your starting point? But, you know, I thought that, so as a friend and as a companion, from you to her, as a friend, I see you. You know what I'm saying? I know what type of dude you are.
Yeah.
I know that you are, I'm going to be honest, you're a better friend than me. And I try to be there in a lot of regards. But I try to be there. I'll be like, look, man, I can't be there physically. I'll be there emotionally. I'm going to drive from Cali to Georgia if my homie in pain.
That's a fact, bro.
Or I'm a fly. Fact. I'm like, look, nigga.
That's a fact, bro.
Come here, hang out. I got you on the ticket. But the type of person that you are, and so I'm going to talk about it from 2 points. One, you should have never been treated the way you treat, because you didn't ask for a lot. You didn't ask her to be you. You asked for a bit of respect as a man.
That's it, bro.
That's one side. Hold on.
That's it, bro.
The other side is you as the man. I come from it from two sides. What somebody did to you and what you allow somebody to do for you.
Big facts.
And my praise to you is that you got the fuck out. You questioned it. You asked, you know what I'm saying? It was some back and forth. I didn't know you thought about going back. Nigga.
I didn't want to tell you because, like, you know, and there's a lot of black men can use this. It's like, you don't want to become that guy, that friend that always complaining about your relationship and never doing shit about it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't want to keep doing that with you. I was like, nah, I'm going to just act on whatever the fuck I got to do next. I'm not finna go ahead and complain to Mark or, you know, because I don't want to be that dude. That shit tiring, it's toxic, and it's like talking to a brick wall. So it's like, but you've always known me. Every time I told you I'm going to do something, it's going to be done. It's going to be done.
Listen, I don't have
be shocked.
I don't think you're not going to do it. I just think that it might be drawn out or whatever. Like, you did this pretty abruptly, and you was the respect factor, because some people might get hurt that you don't keep them in the loop the whole way. But I respect the fact that it was a while. I knew y'all was having issues at a certain point, and then you kind of was quiet about it. And so my thing was, oh, he working on them. And then from the time you told me this issue is insurmountable, I can't do more than what I've done, to the time that you had the mind to leave, it was in a matter of days. And last time you was in a relationship, and I told you this, I didn't take it as serious as I should have.
Yeah. But we both younger and shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so, but I still
and I never told you when those things would happen. I told you kind of at the breaking point, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there was no build up.
So you dealt with relationships different than me, right? So like, at the time that I had broken up with the person I was with years ago, I was emotionally checked out. But I was also, that's the thing too, I was also depressed, and you couldn't see how depressed I was.
Right.
You know, I had just graduated. Nigga, that's, you know how crazy it is. I had graduated grad school feeling like a failure.
Yeah.
Like,
you had so much on your shoulders, I remember.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Having the kid, wanting to provide them. His
mom
took him to Texas, but I didn't. I was checked out, so checked out emotionally. And then as soon as I got out the relationship, I went back to toxicity. I went back to investing in temporary situations. Yeah. And I was like, that's just fucked up. But we were young. And when you was in your last relationship prior to this one, it was more of I didn't take it serious because we got a real loose, lackadaisy relationship where we dive in and out of conversations serious, but you are serious and then casual. You're more emotionally invested person than I am. Yeah. And so as a person that's trying to be a support, this time I had to listen to your words and not just the bravado you giving off. Because your bravado say I'm cool. You always maintain yourself. But I didn't realize, like, damn, after we get off the phone, and I think my mom passing helped me understand this because I had a homegirl I talked to every day. And when I got off the phone with her, I was hurt. So I can know that you still trying to maintain a certain bravado, not like it's healthy, but because that's your defenses. You trying to maintain this bravado, but you get off the phone. But I got to realize what you're doing. You're doing things to occupy yourself because once you settle, you got to sit with your emotions. And from a support aspect, that's why I got to hit you up. Like, bro, you good? Let me hit you up. Just for no reason.
You leading the charge on that, and I appreciate every time.
And we don't have to
talk
about that. It's like, nigga, what LeBron doing? Nigga, you seen LeBron? You seen my homie Pat Mahomes? Because sometimes in the healing process, you either distracted or you dealing with it, but you don't want to harp on it because I'm gonna encourage you, like, dude, go to therapy about that shit. And then talking to your friends is also therapy, but your friends ain't all. We in this. We are in the business of healing. Everybody don't have that shit. So if you was a regular nigga and I was a regular nigga and we just chill and play basketball and shit, you would. The healing is the release, but not the growth.
Right. Absolutely. And then that's the thing too. I want people to understand, black guys especially. You know, it is best to take accountability first and foremost. Also, at the same time, that still doesn't mean that you aren't a victim of the circumstances as well, because you can be hurt too. You know, and that's the thing. Like, I always take accountability, but as I learned, you know, through therapy and through just a lot of self-development, is you got to allow yourself to be a victim sometimes because you're a human being. When you always see yourself as the hero and as the victor, you become so fucking emotionally. It builds up an emotional mountain inside you that's gonna collapse eventually, and you're gonna have a wreck. You know, so don't always try to be the hero. You know, always be accountable. Yes, take your lashes and learn from it, but also at the same time say, you know what, that still shouldn't have happened to you. Just because you knew you shouldn't have been in those circumstances.
I understand what you're saying. My difference in the phrasing would be understand your position in that dynamic. Because when we hear victim, we hear some people take that as like, oh, I can sit in this situation. But no, you identify your place and realize just because shit went to shit, just because your relationship or your dynamic with somebody went to shit, it don't mean it was your fault. It does mean that you got to always figure out what your position was in it. Either sometimes it was, oh, they talked down to me. They abused me. They did this. You never want to quote unquote victim shame, but you also got to ask that victim, cool. And you process into the next situation, what you going to do so that you can avoid that. Absolutely. And it's not while still being a great person. Because what you don't want to happen is you don't want Miko to be like, you never want a 6'4"
You don't want me to become a Curry Holcomb. Right.
You never shout out to Corey, man. You never want a nigga like Miko, a 6'4" black man, out here in these streets like I'm gonna slay bitches and say fuck them. Cause then a kinda 6 foot nigga like myself gotta reap the aftermath of that. But you want motherfuckers like that to be there and be honest and be genuine about what they are. And the problem is, the biggest problem is, for you as the victim, I'm gonna throw the quotes on that. For you as the victim, you didn't do due diligence. That's it. That's all I got for you. You did as much as you could within the relationship, but beforehand, you saw what you liked and you went after it, which was what anybody gonna tell you to do. Personal, she got the interpersonal, and she got the idealistic portions, and she got to work on all of that. And I was talking to my lady today about you, and she was trying to put all the accountability on you from the aspect of he should have known.
I should have known better. Yeah.
No. But hold on. We know your background. We know just because you invest in this, you not necessarily yours have come one by one, experience by experience. She was trained on this. She worked in this demographic daily. So we can't let her off the hook because she didn't show herself to be the person.
And even if she wasn't, still, you know, you gotta allow, just like you gotta take accountability, you gotta allow accountability to fall on her as well. You know,
Absolutely.
That's still, you know, she gotta.
I wish I knew her without knowing you, because I think I'm that nigga as a male friend. I tell all my homegirls when they fuck up, you crazy, you doing too much, you wilding. Like none of that should be acceptable for you to treat a man who's doing all this. Cause this one experience that y'all had a huge argument about, when you step out the shower and
man.
Nigga, when I heard about water on the floor, being listen, I get certain things are annoying. I get annoyed. My wife get annoyed by certain shit that I do. But my G, water on the floor is like not making up the bed.
Small, bro. I was thinking one day. I was thinking,
because it's the point where I gotta big you up. Water on the floor when it comes to you suggesting that we go do things for your elderly parents that's 3 hours away.
No. That's not even. We're not gonna get on. We're not even gonna do all
No. But I'm saying you gonna argue with me about something so minimal when we trying to when I do something so significant and you don't. That's bullshit, bro.
Bro, listen.
And you as a person, you gotta step back and say, I don't care if you are the man or the woman, you gotta say, ask yourself consistently, is this something that's gonna help or hurt my relationship? The way I communicate, the way that they love me, the way that I need to be loved. When motherfuckers create a list of things they need to be loved, if I don't make up the bed when I get out of it, is that an issue? That's a hill you gonna die on? That's what Jesus fought for, nigga?
I mean, listen, man, we didn't have big problems. We didn't have financial issues or, cheating, infidelity issues or.
Listen, I'm not trying to give you no credit.
Like something that was crazy. We talking about literally potatoes.
I'm not trying to give you no credit
that will
for being an adult.
Mountains.
I'm not trying to give you no credit for being an adult. But, like I told my little brother, y'all niggas fighting over broke nigga issues. Get your finances straight first and then handle it. Exactly. Y'all not dealing with broke nigga issues. Y'all niggas is dealing with these little bitty ass things. Y'all dealing with
shit that you fight with a little baby brother over or some shit.
Right. You ain't about to fight over who turn is it to do the dishes, nigga. Hold on.
I remember we got into it over Kobe Bryant, dude. Oh my God, that shit.
You saying it like that's petty. The more petty one, you know what the fuck I'm talking about, nigga. The one you see.
Cigars?
No.
Oh, the meatballs.
Nigga, you fighting over meatballs, my nigga? You fighting over how many meatballs that you ate. My nigga, if that to me, listen, me and my wife, we argue about things at times. And then we come back and we process about it. Because one of the things you talked about was restitution.
Yes. Me and her are both big on restitution.
As strong as you think somebody is, you should. I don't give a fuck if you're a parent. I don't give a fuck if you're a spouse. I don't give a fuck if you're a boss. you should never feel too proud to say, I was wrong. And sometimes you might be right on the point that you're making, and wrong on your response to somebody. Because what I saw happening with you was you dropped something on the floor, tried to pick it up, leave a stain, and she said she scorns you to the 10th degree for something that seems so minimal. It's either, hey, sweetie, can you make sure you pick all of it up and not part of it? Or let me pick it up. It's not that big of a deal. But as a nigga that's been married for going on a year, I do know there is things that you talk about and let go. And it's things that you say, I'm about to die for this shit. This the shit that,
exactly, bro.
If I'm talking about, like, I had the most calm relationship I could have.
Mark, it's not even all that, bro. It's the thing is, you can find a woman. I want to tell black guys this. There are plenty of women out there who are of the caliber of the woman and even higher caliber that will treat you with your worth, man.
As for a referral,
It all starts with what you believe you're worth, and then you got to act on that. And there's plenty of women out there that will commit to you, that will love you, that will marry you, that will take care of your kids, etc., that will take care of you, just as you're taking care of her, and respect you and everything. You don't got to deal with this shit, bro. Life is too short to have. And talking about mentors and things. It's better 6 months I leave than 6 years. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga, because I know one of the aspects that you took issue with was the level of financial responsibility and the lack of financial reciprocity. So we talking about, for you, emotional reciprocity wasn't there. The financial reciprocity wasn't there. And you all are both working adults. So listen, I would not have married my wife. And we gonna talk about this hopefully with your homie, but we gonna, like, the level, if you two working individuals, you agreeing that you are career oriented individuals, you're signing a social signature on a contract that is, I'm gonna invest in you, you're gonna invest in me, and we partners in this. Now, if you somebody who say, I'm gonna take care of everything and you just need to take care of home, if I take care of everything financially, you're gonna take care of home, that's a different social contract. That's a different agreement. But you got a working woman, you're a working guy. Y'all both should invest in one another the same way. But that wasn't there. And as we wrap up to some extent, I want you to talk about, because the overall thing is,
we're gonna forget all the other segments because we ain't got time. But
we got a few segments in this shit.
All right, yeah. I'm talking about the cigar reviews and everything. Let's do a quick cigar review at least. And we're gonna
hold on,
black guys. We're gonna
wrap it up, fam. Wrap this one up.
So, excuse me. The moral of the story is, know your worth, act on your worth, forgive yourself. You're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna love hard. There's more out there for you. Go get it. And don't accept less than what it is that you contribute and what you know that you're worth. And, therapy is your best friend. Get a strong male support system, not the ones that tell you go out and be a savage and fuck all these hoes. Get you something that gives you healthy perspective, that still keep you accountable, but at the same time still give you that relief that you need. Yeah, man, black wives still matter. The black family is still religion. Black guys still matter. Go ahead.
So I say, if we talking about leaving, and we talking about what it takes to leave in the decision making process, you gotta, as a man, you always need to understand your worth and your value, and you always need to work on that shit, because you building up the best you is always gonna put you in the best position to lead your family, have a healthy sense of self, and then be that man that your wife wants you to be and that you should be for. but don't ever get caught up in what the woman wants as if what the woman wants is what she needs, because she has to do the same things that you're doing so that she got to have that value for herself. And she got to have a real reckoning with what I want is what I need. And sometimes people don't really get those things. They convolute those things. And you as a man got to come in with your presence and say, yeah, but are these things the same? So, excuse me. So, as the man, always work on yourself. Always prioritize your family and know when to get the fuck out. Know to do your counseling if you need to. I would say individual counseling works wonders and is a supplement to couples counseling. Don't go to couples counseling if you ain't did no work on yourself, because we deal with so much fucking trauma that it's hard for us to process through. Deal with yourself. Do what you need to do for yourself, and then go try to handle the problems that y'all have as a couple, whether it's intimate, whether it's social, whether it's individual things. Work on those things. So as men, we always got to prioritize ourselves, because even though Black women fight for us and our freedom and all of that, nobody fights for the emotional security of Black men. Nobody ever tells Black men, like, we here for you emotionally, because once you start complaining, you acting like a bitch. You acting like a female. You acting like this. No, nigga, I'm acting like a human with emotions. Allow that shit to be true. And so with that, we're going to wrap that shit up.